Captain Marcus Webb was the last human alive. Not by choice, but by circumstance. When the Terran fleet was destroyed at the Battle of Kepler Station, he alone survived, adrift in the salvaged research vessel Prometheus, with nothing but a damaged AI and failing life support systems. That was 6 months ago. Now, hunted across 3 star systems, Marcus had become something the galaxy had never encountered before, a human with nothing left to lose. The Prometheus was old, barely holding together. Its shields flickered like dying stars, its weapon systems were jury-rigged with stolen parts, and its engine ran on prayer and desperation. But it was fast. And Marcus knew how to push it beyond every safety limit programmed into its core systems. The Krell Armada emerged from hyperspace without warning, 17 battleships converging on his position. Their sensors locked onto the Prometheus instantly. A human vessel. Easy prey. Marcus smiled grimly from the captain's chair. They had no idea who they were hunting. Aria, evasive pattern Delta 7, he commanded, his fingers flying across the console. Captain, that maneuver will overload the starboard reactor, the ship's AI protested. Her voice was calm, but Marcus detected the concern beneath the synthetic tone. I know. Do it anyway. The Prometheus banked hard, its hull screaming under forces no vessel its size should withstand. The Krell shots passed where the ship had been a microsecond before. The starboard reactor flared dangerously, pushing energy through conduits that were never meant to handle such strain. But it worked. Marcus had spent his entire military career learning to think like a human, unpredictably, irrationally, with an almost suicidal willingness to risk everything. Aliens planned in straight lines. They calculated probabilities. They optimized for survival. Humans did the opposite. They thrived on chaos. He dove toward the nearest gravity well, a neutron star's dangerous corona. The Krell captains would never follow. No rational being would enter that maelstrom of radiation and gravitational distortion. The Prometheus plunged in anyway. Alarms screamed throughout the ship. Hull integrity warnings flashed in red. Marcus felt the crushing gravity trying to tear his vessel apart, but he guided it with surgical precision through the stellar debris. The Krell Armada hung back, unable to follow, forced to circle the gravity well like sharks unable to reach their prey. Marcus grinned. Now for the clever part. He'd modified the Prometheus's weapon system weeks ago, a jury-rigged ion cannon that fired at frequencies the Krell shields couldn't handle. It was unstable, dangerous, and completely against every regulation in the Federation handbook. It was also devastatingly effective. As the Prometheus emerged from the gravity well, Marcus unleashed his modified weapon. The ion burst hit the lead Krell battleship's shields and they collapsed like paper. The second volley tore through its hull. The Armada scattered, their captains suddenly uncertain. One ship destroyed. Their prey was supposed to be defenseless. They're attempting a coordinated strike, Aria warned. Let them try, Marcus responded. He was already plotting his next move, a maneuver that would take him through an asteroid field at speeds that should shred the ship to pieces. For the next 40 minutes, it was a deadly dance. The Krell fought with precision and overwhelming firepower. Marcus fought with cunning and desperation. He used the Prometheus like a living weapon, pushed its systems past every breaking point, made decisions no rational AI would recommend. When it was over, 11 Krell ships were destroyed or crippled. 6 had retreated, their captains unwilling to continue chasing something that seemed to defy the laws of physics and survival. The Prometheus limped toward an asteroid field, its hull breached in 3 places, its engines barely functional, Marcus bleeding from a gash on his forehead where he'd struck the console during a particularly violent maneuver. Casualty report, he asked, his voice steady despite the exhaustion. Hull integrity at 42%. Reactor core cracked. Life support failing in sections 4 through 7. Captain, the ship cannot survive another engagement like that, Aria said quietly. Marcus laughed, a sound between triumph and despair. Neither could I. But we did. He began repairs immediately, knowing more would come. The Krell wouldn't stop. The Nexus Coalition wouldn't stop. The entire galaxy wanted the last human dead, a living reminder of a species that had almost united their world before being nearly extinguished. But Marcus Webb had discovered something profound in his solitude: humans didn't need to be numerous to be dangerous. They needed to be determined. As the Prometheus jumped to hyperspace, its jury-rigged systems barely holding together, Marcus stared at the stars ahead. Somewhere out there, others might have survived. Other humans, hidden away like he'd been. Until then, one human and one ship would continue the fight. Against the universe itself. Kindly like and subscribe channel. Thank you.